Hey guys, Mars of the Gravity Project here, and this video is going to be on my symbols, kind of how Bastions work, how might works, and then how you go about getting more might after you've done your Bastion quest for the day. So for many of you, this is kind of like a repeat video. I've done a video that was very similar to this, but just to explain for some of the newcomers and go more in depth and kind of show you how things are working for me right now, I'm doing this little rendition of that previous video. So to hop right into it, my Satria symbols, these are basically going in sequential order from the start to finish. So the first one is Satria, and then the next one is Pantheon Plateau symbols, the one after that is Linos symbols, and so on and so forth. So my Satria symbol that I'm using is Emblem of Destruction, which I'm using because I play Cryomancer most frequently, and Cryomancer kind of involves some dot weaving, keeping your dots up the whole time, and as to just not break my rotation, rather than have the Emblem of Pain that you have to pick up and actually physically throw yourself with L2, I'm using the Symbol of Destruction, which you just walk into and it procs and explodes on an enemy and does a fixed amount of damage. So if you are a class like Outlaw, or you're playing a support class, like a Lightbinder, a ranged support class, the Symbol of Pain is really good because you can pick up 3 of them, throw them all at one time. I guess the 3 charges stack up and it's like you're throwing 3 at once and do a pretty nice amount of damage. So after that, your next symbol is basically an evasive symbol. It's just when you slide or evade, you have a chance to proc an explosion and hurt the enemies behind you. After that, you have Divine Intervention, which I suggest that everybody uses. It's if you get hit and the hit that you take in does more than 10% of your damage, so it's going to take you below 90% health, assuming that you had 100. That damage just gets completely nullified. So you stay at 100%, you get a little bit of a shield for like 4 seconds, and then shield wears off, you're back at it, but you lost no health. And that effect can take place once every 70 seconds. Super useful stuff. After that is that little that shock. It's like a lightning bolt that your companion does. It stuns an enemy and does some damage. Helpful stuff. And then the rest of them are pretty like all of these are straightforward. So most of us, including myself, don't have more than 2 of these symbols in each bastion. So you're kind of just wanting to go through, put all your symbols on, activate them, and then you can get these special weapons, which are at the bottom. And there's Iana's sword, and then I have Laertes' sword, and I use Laertes' sword. Iana's sword is not terrible, but Laertes' sword just seems to do a little bit more damage. And if you were to just throw it away, press circle and get rid of it, as soon as it procs, it does AoE rather than a single target, which I find to be useful. So beyond that, I'm just going to kind of explain to you how the whole Bastion setup works, and kind of where your might is coming from in that particular instance. So in the scenario of Bastions, basically each Bastion it'll show you how much might you're gaining from that Bastion alone, or right. So I have 4,250 might coming from this Bastion alone, and that's because the more Bastion quests you do in each Bastion, the more might you gain. And so just getting to halfway in this Bastion, which is the cap right now for this invasion, I'm getting 4,250 might. I could actually finish some more quests, but I wouldn't be able to unlock the next node, so it's kind of pointless to dump my quests into there. I would still get the might, but I wouldn't be able to get the extra crit damage, which is what I want. So this Bastion I'm gaining some more might, the next Bastion I'm gaining more might, so on and so forth. So you just kind of want to see which one is going to help your playstyle. You want to do all of your quests in there until you feel comfortable and you got the symbol that you want, or you got the passive that you want, and then you can hop over to another Bastion, unlock those passives, those symbols, and kind of boost yourself at your own discretion in the areas that you want. So there's some that help how much healing orbs heal you for, like the effectiveness of healing orbs, and damage after you've killed an enemy, stuff like that. So you kind of just want to pay attention to what they're all doing, choose wisely, and then go ahead and, like I said, at your own discretion, do the quests and get that might. So for Bastion quests in particular, I'm premium, so I get 2 stimulants a day. For those of you who are not, don't worry about this, but generally I don't use my stimulants on anything but Bastion quests. Some of them are kind of like busy work, they're kind of tedious and you just don't really feel like doing them, even though none of them actually take that long. It's just one of those things. So because you only get 4 Bastion quests at a time, and I get about 2 stimulants a day. You know, if I have 2 days racked up, I'll just skip all 4 Bastion quests. And then, you know, if you get 12 for the week, then you have 3 days worth of Bastion quests that you can skip all those too, and you know, then you're good to go. So the only 2 other places that your might is coming from is your temple or your tower of knowledge and your cathedral. And so, you know, they too show you how much might you're getting from each one of them. I get like 13,500 from my tower of knowledge and 11,182 from my cathedral. And so the only way to get more might after you've done your Bastion quest for the day would be to go out into the world, do a province mission, or go into one of the questing regions and farm some followers. And so farming followers is super tedious, not fun stuff. I generally don't even do it, but it's definitely, you know, something that you guys who are free to play may need to do just to get to that 12,500 might threshold. And you know, it's not too bad. You don't have to do a ridiculous amount every day. You can do it at your own discretion. Well, of course, you don't have to do it at all, but if you want to progress quicker, this is just what you have to do. So I found that Factory 501 seems to be the most effective. There's generally like 4 followers in the beginning, 4 or 5, and you can kind of just run through, get those 4 or 5 followers before even fighting the first boss, leave and come back. So, you know, if you're one of those people who you don't mind busy work and tedious stuff like this, you know, you can throw on a movie or play some music in the background and you could do this for hours on end. This is definitely something that I'd say, you know, go do as much as you want. Feel free to farm it for hours if you're that kind of person. It's definitely the best grind in terms of player progression. So each one follower is 1 might. So I got 5 followers from picking up that 1 follower. That's 5 might. Each might is about 7 prestige. So that picking up that 1 follower right there that gave me 5 might was also like getting 35 prestige, just about. So, you know, it helps your prestige, it helps your might. You just really want to get to that 12,500 might threshold. Other than that, it's not too big of a deal. So hopefully this guide helped you. You know, like I said, it's just one of those things. If you don't mind farming it, I would definitely do it. Having as much might as possible is really where you want to be. Your prestige does not matter as much, and you get prestige while gaining might, so it's a win-win. You definitely want to go in there, get your might up, and then be done. So I'm Mars with the Gravity Project. Like, comment, rate, subscribe. We are so close to 6,000 subs now, so keep it up. Hopefully we can get there in the next day or 2. Like I said, hopefully this helped. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.